Hello, today I'm here to do a book haul. I have 8 books and I'm going to show you them, and I'm going to read you the blurbs of all of them bar one, and I'll explain when I get to that one why I'm not reading the blurb. So let's get on with it. First book I have is Say Her Name by James Dawson, and I love this cover. It's like this bit actually looks like glass if you can see it. It's so cool. Yeah, and that writing actually looks like, well, it looks like ink to me. Yes, but it looks cool. This says, when Bobby and her best friend Naya are dared by their schoolmates to summon the legendary ghost of Bloody Mary, neither really believes that anything will happen, so they complete the ritual and chant Mary's name 5 times in front of a candlelit mirror. And something is called forth that night, something dark, terrifying, and out of control. She will be there, just out of sight, in the corner of your eye. She will lurk in your nightmares. She will hide in the shadows of your bedroom. She will be waiting in every mirror that you see. She is everywhere, and she wants revenge. And this is a horror book. Apparently it's really well done. It's not like those cheesy horror books where you know what's going to happen. It's like, apparently it's really well done. And I think it sounds super interesting. And I saw a lot of arcs of this going around BookTube a little while ago. So yes, I'm excited to read it, and I love the cover. The next book I have is Robopocalypse by Daniel H. Wilson. Yay, I said the title right. I filmed this video about 5 times already, trying to get the title right, and I actually did. But yeah, this is Robopocalypse, and this has an amazing cover. Ooh, on the front it says, "They are in your house, they are in your car, they are in the skies. Now they are coming for you." Oh, and it's actually blurred by Stephen King. That says, all it says is terrific, but I'm just glad it's blurred by Stephen King. And it says that in the near future, a massively powerful artificial intelligence called Arcos is created and cannot be contained. In those early months, only a handful of technological glitches are noticed by humans, as Arcos starts to take over our cars, aircraft guidance systems, military robots, and computer networks, enslaving the entire global system that runs our lives. Then comes 0 Hour. The robot war suddenly ignites, and as all the dazzling technology that runs our world turns against us, the human race is both decimated and, for the first time in history, united. In the devastation that follows, humankind must destroy its own civilization to survive. We will not be exterminated. Yeah, so this sounds really good, and this is part of a trilogy, I think, and the second one, Robogenesis, is out now, and it has a really cool cover as well. It's got a robot face on it, and the title and the eyes are green. And I think this is a female robot, and on Robogenesis, the next one, is a male robot. Yeah, so, and I like this spine with this at the top, and it has it on the next book as well. And yeah, I think this sounds really good. So I'm excited to read this. The next book I have is Grasshopper Jungle by Andrew Smith. I love this cover, I think it's really cool. And on the spine it has like the grasshopper leg or foot, which I think is nice. And this says, in the small town of Ealing, Iowa, Austin and his best friend Robbie have accidentally unleashed an unstoppable army. An army of horny, hungry, 6-foot-tall praying mantises that only want to do 2 things. This is the truth, this is history. It's the end of the world, and nobody knows anything about it. So that sounds really cool. I think this is going to be the first in a trilogy as well. I think there are more coming. But yeah, this is by the guy who I believe wrote The Marbury Lens? I'm not sure. But I know he also wrote Winger, which I want to get as well. But yeah, so this sounds really good, and I'm looking forward to this. The next book I have is Red Hill by Jamie McGuire. This is the person that wrote Beautiful Disaster and another one, but I've forgotten what it's called. And it says, for Scarlett, raising 2 daughters alone means fighting for tomorrow is an everyday battle. Nathan, desperately clinging to a dead-end job and a loveless marriage, survives purely for his little girl Zoe. Whilst Miranda's biggest problem is driving her sister home from college with their boyfriends, whilst keeping her new Mini Cooper scratch-free. When news comes of a deadly epidemic, panic panic seeps into homes all over the world and chaos ensues. Knowing that they can't outrun the danger, they all head for shelter and security at the same secluded ranch, Red Hill. When a normal day spins out of control and the world comes crashing to an end, how far will they go to save their loved ones? Would you slow down to help a stranger if you were both running for your lives? Set against the backdrop of a brilliantly realised apocalyptic world, love somehow finds a way to survive. But what happens when the one you die for becomes the one who could destroy you? I thought this sounded really cool, and it's got a nice cover, and apparently this is going to be a trilogy as well. So I'm excited to read this. And I like on the spine it has the ranch there. I don't know how well you can see me because of the light. I'm not sure it's bright enough. But anyway, I hope you can see me okay. Next book I got is Black Flowers by Steve Mosby. And it says, as if from nowhere, she appears one day on a seaside promenade with a black flower and a horrifying story about where she's been. But telling that story will start a chain reaction of dangerous lies that will claim many more victims in the years to come. When Neil Dawson's father commits suicide, he is obviously devastated. But through his grief, Neil knows something isn't right. Among his father's possessions, he finds a copy of an old novel, The Black Flower. Opening it will take Neil into an investigation full of danger, pain, and subterfuge. Hannah Price is also mourning her father, having followed his footsteps into the police force. When she gets assigned to Neil's father's case, it will lead her on a journey into her own past and to the heart of a shattering secret. So I thought that sounded really good, and I like this cover. It's very nice. Okay, next book I got is The Long Mars by Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter. This is the final book in their fantasy sci-fi crossover trilogy, and this is why I'm not reading the blurb, because I haven't read the first one, because I don't own it, but I do own the second one and this one, but I haven't read them. But I started reading the first one and I enjoyed it, but then for some reason I got rid of it. But yes, I got this, and I'm going to show you under the dust jacket, because it's beautiful. Look, it's like a complete turtle back, and it's awesome. Yes, so that is that. The next book I got, I've been looking at this series for a while. I didn't want to pick it up at first because the covers were horrible. But they've just reprinted these books in amazingly beautiful covers. And yes, so it's the first book in A Song of Ice and Fire series by George R.R. Martin. And this is A Game of Thrones. Look how amazing the cover is. It's beautiful. And at the top of the spine it says 1. And all the reprinted covers are absolutely stunning. So that's why I wanted to pick this up. It's 780 pages, so it is a beast. Look at it. Anyway, I'm sure you all know what it's about, but I want to read the blurb, so I'm going to read it. So it says, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or die. There is no middle ground. Summers span decades, winter can last a lifetime, and the struggle for the Iron Throne has begun. From the fertile south, where heat breeds conspiracy, to the vast and savage eastern lands, all the way to the frozen north, kings and queens, knights and renegades, liars, lords and honest men, all will play the Game of Thrones. So that actually sounds epic. So I'm excited to read this one, and if I like it, I will pick up the others in these covers, because they're beautiful. Yes. By the way, just to let you know, I have Ryan Simpson from Ryan Reads Books to thank for me picking this up, because he recently showed the first 5 in these covers on one of his recent videos. So you should check that out, because it's cool. It's a good video. Yeah. And I just thought that it was absolutely stunning. And this was in Asda for £4 instead of $8.99. So I had to have it. And the last book in this haul is Solo by William Boyd. I love the eye with the fire in it, and the typography is beautiful. This is a James Bond book. I've read a couple of James Bond books. I had to read them for my literature class at college. So I read Goldeneye and I read From Russia with Love, and I enjoyed them, but the Ian Fleming ones, I enjoyed them, but they weren't anything special. But I've read about I think I read the first chapter of this, and I actually thought it was really easy to read, and it was actually quite fast paced. So I'm excited to get to this one. It says it is 1969 and James Bond is about to go solo, recklessly motivated by revenge. A seasoned veteran of the service, 007 is sent to single-handedly stop a civil war in the small West African nation of Zanzibar. Aided by a beautiful accomplice and hindered by the local militia, he undergoes a scarring experience which compels him to ignore M's orders in pursuit of his own brand of justice. Bond's renegade action leads him to Washington, D.C., where he discovers a web of intrigue and witnesses fresh horrors. Even if Bond succeeds in exacting his revenge, a man with two faces will come to stalk his every waking moment. So, I thought it sounded interesting, and this is the first in a new series. I mean, it's not new, it was printed a while ago. When was this printed? Obviously, this edition is 2014. Oh, okay, no, it is new, it is 2014. Well, first published in Great Britain in 2013, so it is 2014. Yes, and I think they're going to do more of these. William Boyd is going to do more. And I hope the covers are as nice, because I love this cover. And this was also an Asda. It was £3.85. So I went ahead and picked it up. That's what I did. So that is my book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. If you read any of these books, let me know, and let me know your thoughts on them. If you like this video, you may like, and if you wish, you may subscribe, because I would love some more subscribers. That would be really awesome. Okay, so thank you for watching. I'm going to go. Happy reading, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Goodbye.